Hello children, hope you all are fine, taking care of yourself, eating healthy, staying fit at home and studying as well. In our last session, we have learnt about nouns. As you all know, nouns also have a pet name known as naming words. Name of person, place, animal or thing is known as nouns, right? For example, name of any boy, such as Raj, name of a girl, Seema, name of a place, for example, Delhi, and thing, for example, a pencil. All these are known as nouns. You also know that nouns are of different types or different kinds of nouns, that is common noun and proper. In standard second, we have also learned that nouns can be singular or plural. Singular refers to one, while as plural means many. When we are talking about a single thing, we usually say it as singular. When a noun refers to a single person, place, animal or thing, it is singular. Any single person, any single animal. For example, one dog, one cat, one bear, one frog, one penguin, one bird, or one cookie. All these are said to be a singular or a. When a noun refers to more than one person, place, animal, or thing, it is plural. Means when we are talking about two or more than two, then they are known as plural. For example, in the first picture you can see one bus, and in the second one you can see three. So here there are many. So here in the first picture we call as one bus, and in the second one there are three, so we call it as buses. Same way, one book, many books. One apple, many apples. One pencil, many pencils. One stapler, many staplers. One crayon, many crayons. So how do we change a singular noun into a plural? It totally depends upon the last letter. When we change a singular noun to plural, the spelling of the plural noun changes based on the last letter of the singular noun. Basically, the last letters are very important, and based on the last letters, the plural is changed. So in our standard third, we are going to learn more about plurals. We are going to learn the different kinds of plural. There are two different types of plurals. They are the regular and irregular plurals. What are regular and what are irregular? Even we have learned the different kinds of rules. The different rules are by adding s, es, ves, ies, and so on. There are different rules. So here we go with the certain rules. That is the rule 1. For most of the nouns, we add s at the end of the word. Like as you can see, one apple, we add s, it becomes two apples. One desk, many desks. One teacher, many teachers. One name, many names. One park, many parks. So, for most of the nouns, we add the letter S. Let's try the few ones which are given down. Can you try, children? Let's see. One pencil, many pencils. One book, many books. One tree, can you say many trees? One cup, many cups. One pad, many pads. One plant, many plants. So this is the first rule where we basically add s to make the word plural. So let us learn about rule 2. Whenever any word ends with ch, sh, s, ss, x or z, then these words are added with es to make it plural. For example, one box. The word box ends with the letter X. So we have to add es to make it plural. So it becomes many boxes. Quiz ends with Z. So we need to add es to make it quizzes. Beach, ch ends with ch. So we have to add es to make it beaches. Bus ends with S, so we need to add ES to make it buses. Similarly, dish, loss, and bunch. So whenever the words end with CH, SH, S, double S, X, or Z, such words are needed to be added with ES to make its plural. Now we move on to rule 3. What does the rule 3 tells us? Whenever any word ends with Y and before the letter Y, if there is any consonant, then we change the Y into I before adding an ES. Children, do you all know what are consonants? Yes. What are consonants? As you all know, A, E, I, O, U. These letters are known as vowels, and the rest like A, B, C, D, F, G, and so on. Apart from the vowels, these letters are known as consonants. So whenever any word ends with Y and the letter just before Y is a consonant, then in place of Y we write I and then we add ES to it. Like for example, let's take as the word city. As you can see in the word city, city ends with Y. And just before Y, there is the letter T. T is a consonant. So, in place of Y, we are going to write I and then we are going to add ES to it. So, it becomes cities. Let's take the second example, that is pony. Again, the word ends with Y and just before Y, we have the letter N, which is a consonant. So, it becomes Y changes into I and then we add ES to it. It becomes ponies. The third one, that is reply, ends with Y and just before Y is the letter L, which is a consonant. So in place of Y we write it I and then add ES to it. It becomes replies. Now we move on to the next rule. The next rule says when a noun ends in Y and the letter before the Y is a vowel, add an S to make the noun plural. Like for example, children, the first example is delay. As you can see in the word delay, the last letter is Y and just before Y is the alphabet A, which is a vowel. So we are just going to add S to it. Similarly, key. Last letter is Y and which just before it the letter is E, we are going to add S, it becomes keys. Boy, boys. Play, plays. Essay, essays. Then we move on to the next rule, that is if any word ends with F or FE, we add VES in place of it. Like for example, wolf. You can see F is there at the end. So we are going to add VES, that becomes wolves. Life, we can see FE. So we are going to add VES, it becomes lives. Shelf, shelves. Wife, wives. Knife, knives. Now we come to the irregular. So now what are irregular? Irregular plurals are the ones which do not follow the rule of adding S or ES in the plural form. Means irregular plurals, they have their own plural forms. They make a new word. That is why they are known as irregular plurals. Like for example, the first one, child. Child becomes children. Woman becomes women. Man, men. Goose, geese. Mouse, mice. Foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Cactus, cacti. Person, people. Ox, oxen. Means the irregular plurals, they form a completely a new word. They do not follow any of the rules which we have learnt above. And certain irregular plurals also have no change in them, like singular and the plural both are the same. Like for example, the first one, fish, we say fish only. Deer just remains the deer in its plural form also. Sheep, sheep. And one more example like aircraft, aircraft. So all these just remain the same. They do not have any other plural form of them. So children, now this is a chart of rules for plural where still you can go through. You can learn more in detail. You have learned in your second standard. Still you can go through this so that you are completely pat with it. And this is the small homework which you can do in any of your notebook. You can just jot down the answers. No need of writing it into complete sentence. Just jot down the answers and you can, so that you understand. Also, so we have learned in the session the regular in the and the irregular plurals. What are